and welcome to TalkFCB and welcome back here to the channel, guys. It's the match review between Barcelona and Villarreal, which Barcelona tonight have got back to winning ways. 2 goals in their favour, 1 in return. We just about got over the line, but I have to say, there's a lot to discuss. There's concern right now over Lionel Messi. That's not good. There was the return, though, of Ousmane Dembélé, a goal for Antoine Griezmann, a rocket from Arthur Melo, and plenty to discuss on the tactical viewpoint, because Valverde, again for me, started with the wrong team. In the end, we got it, and we're going to be talking about everything in between. It's all coming up. Thanks for watching. Let's do this. But before I do go on with the match review, guys, and talk, of course, about the game in some detail, if I am enthusiastic, if I'm happy about the goals that we scored tonight, it's simply because I'm happy for the players. I'm happy there that we got the win, of course. We want the 3 points at the end of the day. But what I have to say is, this doesn't solve anything. This game here, this win at home, doesn't prove anything. Our problem is not winning at the Camp Nou. Our problem is not seeing off Villarreal. There are bigger and harder challenges to come. There's no doubt about that. One coming on Saturday there against Getafe. That's away from home. That will be a real test. Tonight, we should win this game. We should be expecting to beat Villarreal at the Camp Nou, no questions asked. So for me, this doesn't win Valverde any points. It doesn't really prove that he should stay in the job. Far, far from it. We have got the win. It's 2-1. And if we are being really, really honest, it wasn't even that comfortable. But before we do talk about those fantastic goals that were certainly scored on the night, let's talk first and foremost about the team that Valverde put out, and in particular, how this team and the setup changed as the game went on. Starting in goal was Marc-Andre ter Stegen. I was really, really happy to see Junior Firpo remain at left back, and that was a decision which certainly paid off there for Valverde. He should have done that. He did do it, and we saw tonight the very best of Firpo. He was really energetic down this left-hand side. He was strong on the ball. He was quick. He made excellent runs, and he was so much more improved than I was so happy to see that. He was very, very good at the Camp Nou. Longley and Piqué at centre-back. Of course, we did concede in this game yet again. We failed to keep a clean sheet. Semedo there at right back. In midfield, it was Busquets. It was Arthur Melo. That was good. But Frenkie de Jong relegated for some reason to the bench with Sergio Roberto here in his place. And then on to the front three. Yep. Again, Griezmann out on the left, Suarez leading the line, and Lionel Messi returning there to the starting lineup on the right-hand side. As the first half went on, though, of course, we took the lead pretty early on. We got an early goal. That was really important. Then the shape did change a little bit. Messi, of course, does like to come inside. He was actually playing for some of the game in the number 10 role. And then when that did happen, we did see Suarez sort of go to the right a little bit. Griezmann here come a bit further inside. And it all got very, very narrow. So what we were relying on there is the wing-backs to go forward. Junior Firpo, like I say, was really impressive. Nelson Semedo is the more cautious right back. He doesn't really go forward all that often, doesn't really do enough at times, I feel, in the final third, and that's why that narrow sort of formation here, it doesn't always work out, but we did allow us there to see more of Griezmann in better areas. But of course, that all changed at half-time. We're going to be coming onto that shortly. Messi had a problem, and that's what I want to talk about now. I want to talk here as things changed there. He went off at half-time. Clearly there's an injury problem. He went down in the first half. There wasn't really anything drastic that went wrong. It wasn't a really heavy challenge, or there wasn't something that you could see where the impact happened. But the problem was, Messi went down. Originally, it looked like he was tying his boot, and he had done, but then he started feeling his thigh. Then you could clearly see that Messi did have some sort of discomfort. He wasn't really happy with the way that he was feeling. He went across there to the sidelines. He was led down. He was getting a sort of massage there. He was getting it rubbed down to see exactly if he could recover and play on. After some time there, a few minutes or so, he did come back onto the field, and he did remain on the field there until the end of the half, but he was moving around, not really there at 100%. He wasn't really making any high-intensity sprints, anything like that. He was sort of seeing it out there, to be honest, while Dembélé continued his warm-up, because what Barcelona really wanted to avoid was Dembélé coming on after he hadn't warmed up properly. That would have been just as bad, really. Messi getting injured, and then Dembélé coming on if he hadn't warmed up properly, and possibly doing the same sort of thing. Messi then went off at half-time. We're going to have to wait now and see what happens. It's very, very bad news for us. This is the last thing that we wanted to happen. We never want to see Messi injured, and in particular, we don't want to see recurring injuries. That's the one thing that you want to avoid here. We don't want to be going down that route. We've got to really, really hope here it's nothing serious, and that Messi here, it was only a precaution, but at the same time, it's never, ever a situation with Messi that you want to be in, where he's going off the field and he's leaving it because he's injured. But like I say, Messi coming off at half-time there and Ousmane Dembélé coming on did change the complexion of the game, and it did change once again our shape, because Dembélé coming on meant there was no number 10 in this role. Dembélé was playing very much wide on the right-hand side, so it basically meant once again that Griezmann was cast aside there to the left. And to be fair, Dembélé came on, immediately made an impact. He created a really, really good chance for Griezmann. It was on the right-hand side here. Griezmann coming in at the far post. He couldn't quite make enough contact on it. Should have been possibly there. Another goal for him. Then, of course, he created one for Suarez. Exactly the same sort of thing. Out on this right-hand side. He's going right, then he's going left. Really good play from him. He puts it into the centre, and Suarez there, like Griezmann, misjudges the shot, and he can't get it there. A goal at the end of it. But I have to say, the game, as it went on, became a lot more exciting. And that's because Sergio Roberto went off, Frenkie de Jong came on, then we had the midfield that we desperately wanted, Arthur Melo, Busquets, Frenkie de Jong, and then, as the game went on a bit further, Griezmann there went to the striking role, Suarez came off, and Ansu Fati came on, and that for me was when it got exciting. The final 10 minutes or so, even though some of the players like Arthur Melo, like Busquets there, even Griezmann, they would have been tiring, but still, it was the most exciting period of the match. Ansu Fati really came alive down that left-hand side. He was so exciting, he's so vibrant, he's so brilliant, and really, really fantastic to watch. Griezmann there down the centre was so much more involved. He was dropping off, he was playing passes, he was really linking up nicely here with Arthur and Frenkie de Jong. Arthur Melo tonight was unbelievable. Unbelievable. Not just his goal, we're going to talk about the goal, but his overall play was nothing short of outstanding, and Dembélé here on the right-hand side was very, very bright too. And it was just exciting to see a front three there with Griezmann, Dembélé to the right, Ansu Fati to the left, two there, natural wingers. And yeah, at times, what they were trying to do didn't always come off. A few times, the runs were just in behind, they were a fraction too late the pass, and we were caught offside. But you could see it were getting somewhere. You could see there, those combinations were very, very close to becoming perfect. You could see there, the players were in the right sort of areas. That's what we want to see from Barcelona. That should be crystal clear to Ernesto Valverde. This is the way to go. This is the system, the format, the feeling, the structure. This is what we need. It was crystal clear again tonight, and hopefully, just hopefully, he would be getting some sort of message. But of course, we simply have to talk about the goals tonight. Of course, there's a lot to talk about in terms of the shape and the personnel. We're going to be talking more about that, of course, in the coming days, but we have to talk about that first goal. The Camp Nou came alive, Barcelona there, getting off the mark, which was so important, and it was Messi into Antoine Griezmann, and it was a goal. Messi there from the right-hand side, from the corner, plays it in, near post. Griezmann there gets between two Villarreal players, a really clever little run, and he's actually quite a long way there in front of the goal. He's quite a tight angle, and he gets the perfect contact there on the header, in off the crossbar. Really, really good goal. Fantastic header, really nicely weighted. Messi's first assist to Griezmann, and then you were thinking, here comes the combination. Here comes the Messi-Griezmann link-up that we've been waiting for, but unfortunately, like I say, Messi coming off, cut that short, and that was a real shame. But we have to talk about Arthur Melo, and we have to talk about his goal. Like I said, he was outstanding right the way through the game. He was so exciting to watch. He dominated. He commanded that midfield right the way through the game. But his goal, what a goal. Thunderbolt. That's the only way that you can describe that finish. What a strike. Picks it up, has a look, bang. And before you even know it, before you even realise it, it's in the back of the net, and it's making that net shake. You didn't even know it until it hit the back of the net that it was going in. Arthur Melo there, quick as the speed of light, unleashes a thunderbolt effort. What a goal. What a player. What a man. Barcelona 2, Villarreal 0. But then there was still time in that first half for Santi Cazorla to get one back. There were question marks here about Marc-Andre ter Stegen. I don't usually question him. We never do, of course. But just maybe he could have got a hand to it. Maybe a firmer hand to the Cazorla strike. But there was a lot of movement on the ball. It was a good effort there from long range. A good goal as well. Villarreal back in it. And to be honest, they did look at some stage like they would get a draw. They did look as though they're hanging in the game. They had a few chances. Chukwueze was pacey. He was raw. He was talented. But he couldn't quite get the accuracy in his passing and his shooting. But Villarreal certainly caused us problems. And the one thing that I'd say here to finish this video is the goals we discussed there from a corner kick, Griezmann, fantastic header. Arthur Melo, 25-30 yards, thunderbolt, screaming strike. Those are the two goals that we scored tonight. Would you say that we created those goals from brilliant tactical play? No, we haven't. Valverde tonight put a team out there, which again for me wasn't the right selection. We didn't play well for most of the game. The final third of the game, we did come alive. We did see some excitement. But overall again today, Barcelona, not convincing. Not at home, not away from home. Right the way through the season so far, there have been question marks in our performances, in the intensity of our games, and also about the control. Villarreal tonight could have got something, we're close to getting something, and we still need to improve. No question about that. absolutely no question what will happen on Saturday now. Valverde has some selection issues. He's going to make some big calls. We're going to wait and see what happens with Messi. Hopefully on that front, things will be better. But I'll let you know, of course, guys. Whenever we get news, I will let you know. Please leave your thoughts in the comments down below. What did you think of tonight's game? And who exactly were your standout performers? Let me know in the comments down below. And as always, I'll see you soon. But until next time, as always, Visca El Barça.